Hello, I'm Andrew Gibson, the Head of Development at Jelly Pie Software. This video is called Getting to Know 3D Boxshot Pro, and it's designed to be a whistle-stop tour of the program, and will hopefully show you how to use many of the powerful features it contains. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to load different virtual packaging types into the program. This is very simple. What we have over here is a model tab. There's a scroll bar here where you can scroll through the various different types of virtual packaging that's included with 3D Boxshot Pro. We will of course be adding more and more model types to the program as we release further versions, but the process of loading is actually very simple. You just find the type of packaging you'd like to load, click on it, and then click Load Model. It may take a few moments to load the models because they are very detailed 3ds model files, as you can see. It's a very simple process. So if we scroll back and say if we like to load a software box, just click the Load Model and it will appear. The same really applies to any type of packaging that's included in the program. Okay, so I'm going to load in a DVD case model now in order to show you one of the other features in the program called the Clicker Picker interface. Now what this basically enables you to do, if you click on any textured element within the model, you'll find that it will highlight in red. This applies with the DVD model, certainly for the disc, the insert and the cover. Once a section is highlighted in red, you can click on the Surface tab, firstly unload the texture and then click Load Texture. If you load in the texture, it will appear shortly afterwards. You simply need to repeat the process for each element of the design. So if we unload texture and load the insert, and finally we can load in the disc. So unload the texture and load the disc texture. And there we have a fully textured DVD case. Now you may have noticed this is actually an Xbox game, and of course Xbox boxes are unique for one specific reason. They're actually green. So what I can do now, as well as with the Clicker Picker interface, as well as clicking textured elements within the model, you can also click the case itself. If we go to the Surface tab, this actually allows us to change the colour of the actual DVD case. Now as we know, Xbox games are green. Take a little while to find the absolutely perfect shade, but that looks to me like a pretty good match. Now 3D Boxshot Pro also has some rather nifty reflection and shadow routines, as well as hardware accelerated pixel shader based lighting. Logically speaking, the lighting direction does actually control the appearance of the shadows. To give you a quick example, if I move the horizontal direction of the light, you can see that the shadow swings around the model. Equally, if I change the vertical direction of the light, the shadow moves relative to that as well. You've also got control over ambient, diffuse and specular lighting. The control over the reflections is actually on the background tab. So if you click here, you've got the ability to control the length of the reflections and also their opacity. So you can make them more opaque or less opaque. The other thing you can do is click the transparent background. You get a sort of checkerboard pattern in the background. When you export the model, export the image from the program, it will come out with a transparent background. Now one other feature on the background tab is the ability to load a background image into the program. All we need to do this is, if you take the check out of transparent, you'll find that the load image option is available. So if you select load image, and then we can load a background image in. As you can see, what I've done here, I've loaded in the Assassin's Creed disc as a background image for the Assassin's Creed box, which I think actually works rather nicely. Just going to have a little further play around with the lighting on the box, because I think you can normally get the image looking slightly better just by experimenting slightly with the lighting. Okay, once you've got an image in the program that you're happy with, the way that you can export it is by clicking on the Render tab. Now, by default, the render width and height will be set to 1024 by 1024. Now, you can set these to whatever your system will support. The program does have an arbitrary maximum size of 8192 for width and height. So let's just set our render for, say for example, 1280 by 720. Just get that to 720. Take a moment or two. You can use the cursor keys to directly control the length of the height. So finally, if we click on the render button, it will ask you to save the image, and then it will render it off. Once the rendering is complete, you'll get a little friendly message just telling you that the rendering is complete. And here's the final image that I've rendered, showing in the Windows Picture and Fax Viewer. So that's about it for the Getting to Know 3D BoxShot Pro video. I will be producing some more videos as we go forward, hopefully talking about some of the things you can do with the program from a kind of creative perspective in a little bit more detail. So thanks a lot for your time.